Hey everyone! Welcome to our latest explainer, diving into the newest Caddo Mills City Council actions. Today, we're unpacking exactly how recent municipal decisions, new ordinances, and massive investments are going to impact your daily life, your property, and our local economy. The city is growing incredibly fast right now, and we're seeing these blueprints actively turn into reality. All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be hitting council policy actions, zoning and housing approvals, infrastructure and utility milestones, economic and commercial initiatives, and wrapping it all up with a resident executive summary. Kicking things off with Section 1, Major Council Policy Actions. To put this growth into perspective, the city just formally approved a massive voluntary annexation of 182 acres of land for history maker homes. That's a huge deal. It actually extends the boundary limits of the city and significantly expands our civic footprint. When you bring in 182 acres, you are literally laying the groundwork for entire new neighborhoods to become an official part of Caddo Mills. But wait, the council didn't stop there. They also approved another major annexation, 112.55 acres located right near FM 1565 and Interstate 30. And what's really interesting here is that they strategically set the base zoning for this planned development to include multifamily residential, general commercial, and light industrial uses. So it's not just about adding empty land, it's about purposefully designing a mixed-use corridor right along the interstate. Moving right along to Section 2, Zoning and Housing Approvals. So we've got two major planned developments newly approved side by side. First up is the 53.5-acre PD Ranchwood, and then we have the absolutely massive 128-acre PD Prairie Oak located east of FM 1565. Both of these developments are anchored by SF2 single-family residential base zoning. That means we are looking at a really substantial influx of structured single-family housing coming to the area. Zooming in on Ranchwood for just a second, this is a perfect example of how the city is actively reshaping its environment. A big chunk of this land was actually rezoned from heavy manufacturing, or M2, straight into this new planned development. The concept plan outlines around 250 single-family homes, and it completely incorporates parks and open spaces. It's a total reimagining of the area south of Highway 66 into a vibrant residential community. Now, you might be wondering, with hundreds of acres of rapid residential expansion on the horizon, how exactly is the city supporting all these new homes? I mean, you can't just build houses without the infrastructure backbone to support them, right? And that brings us perfectly to Section 3, Infrastructure and Utility Milestones. Let's follow the money here. The council just authorized a whopping $1.03 million professional engineering contract to Dunaway. This is specifically for the Western Regional Wastewater Treatment Plant project. That is a major financial commitment to guarantee the city's utility capacity stays way ahead of its population growth. What's really fascinating about this plant is that it's a massive collaborative effort. According to city engineers, History Maker Homes actually conveyed over 5.4 acres of land just for this facility. And get this, once it's built, it's designed to process 250,000 gallons of wastewater every single day. To picture that, it's basically enough to fill an entire Olympic swimming pool every 2.5 days. There's also the potential for Megatel to build matching plant capacity, which would create some incredible efficiencies. Oh, and this project is eligible for TIRZ reimbursement, which stands for Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone, showcasing some really strategic financial planning by the city. The infrastructure investments definitely don't stop there. There's another newly approved design contract, also with Dunaway, clocking in at just over $183,000. This one is laser-focused on the State Highway 66 lift station and some absolutely crucial sewer line improvements. And then we have an even bigger move. The council greenlit a $2.9 million construction award to Reamer. Now, we aren't just talking design anymore. This is physical construction to upgrade 3 critical lift stations. Those are the facilities that pump wastewater to higher elevations, along with 5 additional alternate upgrades. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Who is paying for all this? Well, per the development agreements, the developers are actually footing 2/3 of that $2.9 million bill. Yep. Roughly 66.6%. The city covers the remaining third. The developers' escrow funds are set to be released to make this happen, which really proves that this new growth is helping to pay for itself. Next up is Section 4, Economic and Commercial Initiatives. So we've talked about where people will live and how their utilities will function, but where are residents going to work and play? Well, the council officially approved a property sale and performance agreement between the Economic Development Corporation and Mustard Seed Property Management. This specific transaction lays the actual groundwork for the highly anticipated Pit Stop Entertainment and Commercial District. And local leadership is keeping a close eye on accountability here. According to the council minutes, they attached strict measures to ensure a return on investment for the city. There's a hard deadline. The developers have until January 2028 to establish a tax-paying retail or commercial business on the property. This ensures the land isn't just sitting there. It has to be actively developed to provide value and tax dollars to the community. Looking beyond retail and entertainment, the city is quite literally looking to the skies for economic growth. The council passed a resolution authorizing an interlocal agreement with TxDOT, the Texas Department of Transportation, to directly fund and improve the Caddo Mills Municipal Airport. Upgrading the airport infrastructure is a proven, strategic way to attract diverse business interests and support local industry.
Finally, we've made it to Section 5, Resident Executive Summary.
Okay, we've covered a ton of civic ground today, so let's boil it all down for you. Basically, Caddo Mills is rapidly transforming through major policy annexations and brand new single-family communities like Ranchwood and Prairie Oak. To support all this, the city is actively investing millions of dollars in crucial infrastructure, like the collaborative wastewater plant expansions and shared cost lift station upgrades. And at the same time, commercial initiatives like the Pit Stop development and TxDOT airport upgrades are laying the critical groundwork for future job growth and municipal tax revenue. So, I want to leave you with one final thought to consider. With millions of dollars actively turning these blueprints into reality right before our eyes, how will these historic investments reshape your daily life in Caddo Mills over the next decade? The decisions happening right now are quite literally building the city of tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep an eye on how these exciting developments unfold in your own backyard.